Welcome back to the 50th anniversary episode of Decked Out.
To celebrate hitting this wonderful milestone, we have teamed up with our sponsor, Moxfield, to pick decks submitted by you, our wonderful community, because without your support, we never would have made it to this milestone. So today we are joined by CovertGoBlue and Maldhound, and each player has picked a deck from one of you. The four winners for these deck lists was Jeremiah No, Alice Axolotl, Tarbeast, and Fet's Bounty.
Thank you again to Moxfield and our other sponsors, Tales of Adventure and Ultimate Guard, but more on them later in the video.
That's enough for now. Let's go ahead and meet the players.
Hello everybody, it's me at CGB, and I'm here on Decked Out to play the pirate pair of Breeches, Brazen Plunderer, and Malcolm Keen-Eyed Navigator. This deck was built by Jeremiah No, and I picked it because I want to tell my opponents no with some of the cool counterspells in this deck.
Hello everybody, my name's Maldhound. You can find me on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, touching cards, attempting to touch your heart, but most importantly, telling you whether or not I would touch your commander's parts. Today, I have the honor of playing a deck designed by Tarbeast. I will be playing Yurlok of Scorched Thrash, who brings back mana burn to force you to use your lands responsibly while giving you mana irresponsibly with his tap ability. The rest of the deck continues to promote the same behaviors I will then punish you for, kind of like if your local cartel started hosting dare meetings.
Hello everybody, I'm MTGNerdGirl, and today for our community episode, my deck was submitted by Fet's Bounty. And I'm going to be playing Agris Kos Eternal Soldier. My deck is designed to be tricky in combat. My commander is going to allow me to target it with single target spells and then copy those for every single creature I have on the battlefield, but not just instants and sorceries. Anytime I target it with an ability, so a planeswalker or anything like that would also count. So things are going to get real scary real fast.
I'm VeggieWagon, and today I get to play Alice the Axolotl's Zask Skittering Swarmlord list. And this is like a supercharged monster synergy version of the Grist the Hungertide deck that I played way back in the day on Decked Out. And I know that between the graveyard synergies and the ability to quickly drain out the table with only a few cards, this one should be no problem for me to take a win.
The feature sponsor of today's community-themed episode is Moxfield.
I've had a vision. It's of you going to the best deck building website on the internet, Moxfield, and following the Decked Out channel so that you know every new deck list that's been here on the show.
So if you would like to support us, head on over to Moxfield, give us a follow. We would really appreciate it. But that's enough from us for now. Let's go ahead and get into the game. Welcome to the table. Let's see who goes first.
Oh baby, 13?
18.
I got a 1.
And your first turn is skipped.
Is that the rule?
It is now.
It should be. Yes.
I approve.
No, I don't like that rule at all.
I'm gonna draw this card. I'm going to play this Undergrowth Stadium, and I'm gonna play notoriously bad card Skull Clamp and pass the turn.
No, not again.
Just the equipment that gives +1/- it kills my own creatures, +1/-1, it kills my stuff, so bad. And when that happens, I draw 2 cards and it equips for 1, so I have to pay mana for that too.
So your stuff's gonna be dead.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair. What's your commander do?
It gives stuff Death Touch.
I will draw. So real. I play Savage Lands and I pass the turn with my mana completely fixed.
Planes and pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Tapped Maldhound Mountain. Oh wait, sorry, Mad Blind Mountain. I'm sure that card's coming soon. This is a mountain land, which I've never seen in my life. It enters the battlefield tapped, and for a red and a tap, I can shuffle my library. I can only play this ability. There's a drawback, a requirement, if you will. I can only use this ability if I control 2 or more red permanents. Can't be splashing this in the deck. Too powerful. Go. Just go.
I'm gonna play a farce. I'm gonna pay 2 for Loam Larva. When it enters the battlefield, I can search for a basic land, reveal it, and put it on top of my library.
Shuffle him.
I need 2 red permanents. Somebody find me red permanents.
I'm gonna search for a basic land. I'm gonna find this swamp. I'll put that on top and pass the turn.
I'm going to play an exotic orchard. It doesn't matter what kind of lands you have because my mana's fixed. And then I will fire off the first salvo in my manifesto of Jund actually just being blue for normies. Play Sylvan Library.
I'll play Sylvan Library, which allows me to draw 2 additional cards from my deck.
Allowing me to play Sylvan Library. So now at the beginning of my draw step, I can draw 2 additional cards. And if I do, I either have to choose 2 cards in my hand and put them back on top, or I can pay 4 life to keep each of them.
I'm going to shuffle that library. Wait, I can only shuffle my own.
And then I will pass.
We're going to start with some ramp. Arcane Signet. We'll pass a turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. This is an island. I'm done. I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, I see your game. I know you have a counter spell ready. I know you have interaction that you're holding that mana for.
I'm going to play this swamp, and I'm not going to have this countered, right? I'd like to play this Azusa Lost But Seeking.
Would you? You went first. You put a land on top of your deck. You have a Skull Clamp, and you're trying to play something that plays 2 lands a turn.
Yep.
Get denied.
Oh, that's my goat.
I would have gotten to play 2 additional lands on each of my turns, which is what Azusa does, but that's now what Azusa don't.
Because Arcane Denial says counter target spell, and his controller may draw up to 2 cards at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep, and I draw a card on the next turn's upkeep. Fun strategy fact about counter spells in Commander. Always try to counter the spell of the person directly to your left because they're the biggest threat to you.
Okay, well,
come on. You know you wanna. It feels good, right?
Nerd Girl.
I knew it. I did know.
It's 1 damage.
I 100% knew that was coming. I was like ready.
Pass the turn.
All right, untap, upkeep. So now
Ba-bam.
you boys get your cards before I get my cards.
Maldhound.
All right.
Can I be a good time boy?
Oh, you want to be good time boys?
Can I be a good time boy now?
Yeah, we can be good time boys.
This is too early for good time boys.
Well,
Good time boy time is not the morning.
All good time boys. CGB, welcome to the good time boy gang.
Oh, cool. What's that mean?
Right now we're all friends.
It means we kill Veggie.
Yes. It means
Oh,
That's not what that means.
Yeah, good time, boys.
I'm going to draw my first card for turn, and I'm going to draw 2 for Sylvan Library. This one's fun. I don't think it's enough fun, so I'm going to pay 4 life to just keep 1 of the extra cards. I will play Zayator's Proving Ground, and then Hot Tech incoming. You all remember the card I put on top of my library. I'm going to pay 2 mana to Farseek to put a land onto the battlefield tapped and then shuffle said library. We're going to get a Overgrown Forest tapped onto the battlefield, and then
I feel like I should be the most in like the good time boys thing because I hit him with the counter spell.
Yeah.
I
you're-
actively joined the gang.
you're a great time boy.
Thank you.
We can't retcon what good time boys means.
Sure we can.
Is countering your spell not good times?
That's not good time
Good
boys.
times.
I don't know what it means, but it certainly does not mean hanging up on Veggie. That's not ever what that's meant.
You
It really
can't
does.
retcon the definition of this thing I don't understand the definition of. I pass.
Play a mountain. And we're just going to start right away with my commander, Agris Koss, Eternal Soldier. A 3/4 with vigilance that says whenever I target him with a spell or an ability that only targets him, I can pay an additional 2 to copy that ability for each other creature I control that ability could target. Each copy is a different creature. And that's it. We'll pass.
Let's spend 2 mana and I will cast Blackblade Reforged. This is a legendary artifact equipment. And equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each land I control. It can equip a legendary creature for only 3 mana. Or I can pay 7 to equip some pleb. Then I will play Jwari Ruins tapped, and I'll pass to Veggie, who is now very confident knowing I don't have a counter spell open.
Right.
Have fun.
Why would you say it like that?
I just want you to really enjoy yourself.
This table's getting weird.
That's the power of multiple good time boys.
It's the power of blue. You got to get in their head. Get in there.
I wanted Azusa Lost But Seeking already on the board when I cast Zask. CGB, you countered it once, but can you counter it twice? Well, I'm gonna play this Swarm Yard, which can regenerate an insect, rat, spider, or squirrel. And then I'm gonna tap all my mana for a Dread Return to return target creature card from my graveyard to the battlefield, and it flashes back later on, but we'll all forget. So I'm gonna resolve this spell. Here's Azusa Lost But Seeking, which allows me to play 2 additional lands. Here's 2 additional lands.
Oh my god.
2 additional Jiminy Christmas.
They are there.
How about one more thing? I'm gonna play this Blight Beetle, which is a 1/1 with protection from green, but creatures your opponents control can't have +1/+1 counters put on them.
Oh my god.
Shut up.
Stacks. I didn't know we were playing stacks today. I didn't know you were a CEDH deck, Veggie.
Look, I don't know. I'm just putting the cards down. I didn't pick these, so...
The mythical Tyam Silver
right.
Bullet.
Look, to be fair, it's probably just because it's an insect. There's only so many insects. Also, you should take 1 damage.
Me?
Yeah.
What I ever do to you? All right, I'll take 1.
Pass.
All right, I'm gonna draw for turn. The same card was on top.
Did you put it there?
No!
That would be cheating.
Well, I did. Then I shuffled for far's sake.
So technically, yes, he did put it there.
I got so... All right, and then I'm gonna draw 2. We're so back. I'm gonna put this one back and this one back, so I'm not gonna pay any life to Sylvan Library. And I will also just tap for Yurlok of Scorched Thrash. Mana Burn is back. He's a Vigilant 4/4, which barely matters. A player losing unspent mana now causes that player to lose that much life, and he can tap to give everyone mana. Probably won't be relevant, though. I'm going for more of a Voltron strategy. Pass.
All right. I'm just gonna get things started. We're gonna play Elspeth Resplendent. She can plus to put a +1/+1 counter, stupid bug, and an additional keyword counter like flying, first strike, lifelink, or vigilance. And for -3, I can look at the top 7 and put a card with 3 or less mana value onto the battlefield with a shield counter on it. I can also -7 to put 5 3/3 White Angel tokens with flying onto the battlefield. She will come into play with 5 loyalty counters, and we're just gonna plus her. I won't get the +1/+1 counter because of Veggie's stupid beetle, but I will get a flying counter. Hee. Veggie, I would like you to take 3 damage.
Stupid good time boys.
And then I'll pass. Thankfully, my commander is vigilant, so I can protect Elspeth. I need her to dig for some other creatures because I can't find any.
And you punched
Veggie.
Veggie. Ah, your taste is sublime. I will untap and draw for turn.
After this, we're going to the mall and making fun of every outfit he picks out.
I will play a mountain, and I'll tap 3, and let's play a commander. It's Malcolm, Keen-Eyed Navigator. This has flying, and whenever 1 or more pirates I control deal damage to an opponent, I create a treasure token for each opponent dealt damage. After that, I'm done.
All right, well, you know what?
What?
What are the good time boys gonna do if there's no VeggieWagon to team up on?
We're gonna get Nerd Girl.
That's how that works.
Wait a minute.
Welcome back to Decked Out. It's me. It's Veggie B.
Oh, this. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Oh my gosh. Okay. I see where this is going. All right. You do realize this is being filmed. You do realize my lawyers are going to have access to this footage.
He still has the sticker on the glasses.
I never realized what playing good cards would feel like until now. Say goodbye to VeggieWagon. Oh, that's broken.
Is this what I sound like?
And now I think it's time to play my commander. I'm gonna tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. It's not blue, but I guess I'll get by. For Zask. How do I read that?
Harder than it looks, isn't it? It's not easy.
Respect the technique.
Skittering Swarmlord. You may play lands and cast insect spells from your graveyard. Whenever another insect you control dies, put it onto the bottom of its owner's library, then mill 2 cards, and I can pay 2 mana. Target insect gets +1/+0 and gains Death Touch until end of turn.
Do not talk like that. That is ridiculous.
This
is gimmick infringement.
I didn't know that there were clones in Golgari, but it looks like now there are.
It goes in and out. Sometimes it sounds like CGP and sometimes it sounds like Donald Trump.
We're gonna have insects. We're gonna have
exactly CGB. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're gonna make insects. They're gonna be terrific. They're gonna be the greatest insects.
Make insects great again.
Oh God!
This is the biggest blight beetle
We're gonna
that
cut
there
all
ever
of
has been.
This can't go.
Go in the shop.
I'll pay you for it.
Oh, I'm only getting started. I'm gonna play this swamp. I'm gonna pay 1, and you can have your +1/+1 counters. I'm going to equip Skull Clamp to this Blight Beetle. It's going to go to the graveyard. It's going to trigger Zask. I'm going to mill myself 2 cards. It's a Boseiju and an Ashes of the Fallen. I didn't even need those. I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to play this Farce because I can play extra lands on my turn. And then we're not attacking here. I'm going to pass the turn.
You can play the Boseiju from your graveyard.
Shut up.
No, yeah, don't help him.
CGB wouldn't miss this. And since he is CGB, I can't have him missing these obvious advantage plays. It would tilt me.
And of course, since I am CGB, I would never miss this play. Though I thought of myself. I'm going to play this Boseiju who endures from my graveyard. Because of Zask's ability that I can definitely read through these sunglasses.
At least we're gonna make it one episode without me being ganged up on by Veggie's interesting bits.
What I'm excited about is that there's another target at the table finally.
Yeah. I'll draw for turn, and then I'll draw my 2 extra for Sylvan Library. I'll put both of these back. I'm having a really good time with this card. And I do just want to take a moment and say that I think this bit is tasteless. CGB, you don't sound like that at all.
Right.
You sound a little bit more like this. Now, everyone at home, this is going to be a kind of complicated turn if you haven't played blue before. So you may want to take notes. Welcome to the dojo.
I don't sound like that at all.
Of course you don't. You can't do the voice right. All right. I'm going to play a mountain for turn. My cards are upside down. Wow, you really can't see it.
Good luck. Good luck.
Okay.
Years of training.
Okay. The mountain was played upside down. I'm going to tap it, and I'm going to tap your lock of Scorched Thrash. We all add red, green, black. I'm going to use 2 of that mana to play Sting, the Glinting Dagger. I'm going to tap the Exotic Orchard to equip it to your lock of Scorched Thrash. And then I forgot the rest of this turn. No, I remember it. I'm going to tap 2 more for Belba, Corrupted Observer. At the beginning of each player's post-combat main phase, that player adds 2 colorless for each of my opponents who lost life this turn. After that, I will move to combat.
Whoa, wait there. It's me, it's VeggieB, the guy that planned exactly for this play. I have 3 mana in my mana pool. I'm going to use 2 of it to cast Plum the Forbidden.
I can't read that card.
Neither can I.
Plum the Forbidden is a 1 in a black instant that allows him to pay 1 life and draw a card, and then he can sacrifice a creature to copy it as many times as he'd like.
I don't sound like that at all. I'm going to sacrifice this loam larva to get an additional copy of Plum the Forbidden, which will also trigger Zask to mill myself too. It's a Nantuko Husk and a Croson Reclamation, which has flashback. Good, more game actions for me. I'll draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Then I'll also use the one that's still floating and pay 1 to activate Zask to give itself Death Touch until end of turn, taking no damage from mana burn.
It brings me an immense amount of displeasure that in a deck made to punish people for recklessly having mana, the only person getting away with it is the green deck. All right, do the rest of you have anything to do, or are we moving to combat?
I will take 3 mana burn.
3 mana burn.
And now, because we're in combat, Sting the Glinting Dagger will untap Yurlok, who is also a 5/5. I'm going to swing Yurlok at Elspeth Resplendent because I hate flying things, unless they're blue.
All right, no blocks.
Excellent. I will move to my post-combat main phase, and then because 2 of my opponents lost life this turn, I get 4 colorless mana. 3 of it will be spent on Patriarch's Seal, which is a mana rock that lets me untap legendary creatures. I will tap Patriarch's Seal and Savage Lands for green and cast Cultivate to get rid of these cards on top of my library that I definitely wanted.
We remember how it works, though. You're just going to draw them anyway.
Yes, apparently. I'm going to pick a mountain and a swamp, perfectly planning for my upcoming turns.
Hey, great play.
Thank you. Great play to you as well.
Wow.
That was an incredibly inspired use of your instant speed abilities to avoid taking damage.
Are you?
The rest of you, not so much.
Are we playing Yu-Gi-Oh?
I am so disgusted by the amount of green spells they're casting.
This is a blue deck. You will all learn.
I see a lot of imposters at the table because I am the true one in best of 100.
You guys don't know. She did some CGB impostering before any of you.
We know because Maldhound is wearing the stuff that I had. That's why I don't have a cool bandana, because I selflessly gave it up. All right, I'm gonna start by, I'm sorry, I forgot my voice. Just playing a Felwar Stone. Elspeth is gonna tick up and put a +1/+1 counter and a lifelink counter. Maldhound, this 4 damage is for you.
But I'm you.
No, I'm.
Why are you hitting yourself?
You're an imposter.
I like this attack. It's very me of you.
Shut up.
Take it.
Okay.
I'll gain 4.
Oh, fuck.
Classic CGB tagline. Oh,
Fun fact, I went over 1,000 videos without swearing on the channel.
Second main, I'm gonna tap 3.
Gotta read it. It ain't easy.
For Volshock Factory. It's an artifact that allows me to put charge counters on it. I can also pay 3, sacrifice it to create an XX Golem artifact with haste, where X is the number of charge counters on the factory. And then I will pass the turn.
Shouldn't you tap? Is Agris Core vigilant?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We wouldn't last very long in the streak.
We can't make this a bit. I made a mistake.
Demonetized is really a tough way to go about being the one in any best of one. Me versus 3 other me's. This is finally a pod where I can go all out. Just this once. Andrew, bring me my bag.
What did you do?
Sensei.
What did you just drew that? I'm kind of impressed, honestly.
It's time to show him how it's done. Y'all are doing voices. You're doing headbands. You're taking game actions. You don't understand what it's all about. It's about pissing off the table. Let's overload a Vandal Blast. Blue mages? Oh, wait. It's only me, CGB.
Wait. That's going to kill artifacts?
I'm going to destroy all artifacts I don't control.
How could you do that?
All right, I'm going to float this one white mana.
Boom. Boom. Was that good boom? Should I do more boom?
Oh my god, I had 3 artifacts.
All according to Keikaku.
I will move to combat. Mana in the mana pool.
Yes.
1. Oh,
Take
but-
1. Oh. Get your locked on.
You know, going into combat,
Yeah.
Path of Exile for Yurlok.
Oh.
All according to Keikaku.
We'll exile Yurlok. Its controller can search for a basic. Put it into play tapped.
I got a forest. I cried a little.
Classic ZGB catchphrase. I cried a little.
You guys you can only hope to understand. Combat. Malcolm, Keen-Eyed Navigator, attacks the controller of a Sylvan Library. That will be 2 commander damage.
Oh, poopsie.
Say that all the time. So, your turn.
Look at that. My commander is still on the board, so that means that I can cast insect spells from my graveyard. Insects, my favorite creature type. I'll pay 3 for this Nantuko Husk. It's a 2/2. It allows me to sacrifice a creature to give it +2/+2 until end of turn. I will replay the Blight Beetle. No more +1/+1 counters.
Not the Blight Beetle, anything but the Blight Beetle.
What a master stroke.
And I'll pay 2 more to recast the Loam Larva, allowing me to search my library for basic land and put it on top of my library.
Welcome to the portion of the episode where NerdGirl and I abandon tactics to shoot each other in the kneecaps.
And somehow I still lose.
Veggie catches a stray.
I'm just here for the gimmick, I guess.
I'm going to find this forest and I'm going to put it on top of my library. And then I'm going to activate Nantuko Husk and I'm going to sacrifice this Loam Larva, which will mill me 2 cards. It's that forest and an overgrown tomb. And I'm going to play that forest out of my graveyard. And I'm going to play that overgrown tomb out of my graveyard. I'm also going to play my land for turn, which is a swamp. And then I'm going to tap my final 5 mana. My favorite card, Crash of Rhino Beetles. It's a 5/5 with trample. When Crash of Rhino Beetles gets 10... What? Man.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, my favorite card in Magic. Crash of Rhino Beetles get +10/+10 as long as you control 10 or more lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll pass my turn.
All right, we're locked in. I'm going to untap. Wow, I have a lot of lands. I'm going to draw 1 card for turn.
Then you're going to draw 2
more for Sylvan Library. That works. I'm going to put 1 back and take 4. Let's have a little bit of fun. I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to swing Belba at you for 2 damage.
I'll take 2 damage.
In main phase 2, I will add 2 colorless mana, bringing my total amount of mana to 10, which I knew without counting my lands. I'm going to spend 5 of it on Horizon Stone. If I would lose... Come on. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes colorless instead. We'll say that these 3 lands got tapped for it. Who's counting? Not me, because it's all up here. I'm going to tap 5 more lands. For Seedborn Muse, please be nice to me. Untap all permanents you control during each other player's untap step, but I have no outlets. I will then pass my turn.
Oh, classic CGB tagline. Please be nice to me.
Also monopolizing time on other people's turns.
Again, Jund is blue. You heard it here first.
Okay, well, I am not going to commit to the bit as much
We will untap.
as everyone else because wearing 2 glasses is giving me a headache.
I know, right? Jesus. They hurt.
I'm going to play a Reliquary Tower. I have no maximum hand size. And VGB is going to take 4 damage.
That's you, right?
It's not me.
I'll take 4 damage.
I'll gain 4. And then I go to my second main and I get 2 colorless.
2 colorless.
All right. I'm going to play Guardian Scale Lord, a 3/4 flyer with backup. When this creature attacks, return target non-land permanent with mana value X or less from the graveyard to the battlefield, where X is this creature's power. Unfortunately, I don't have enough mana to double the backup from the dragon and the Elspeth, but I just need a creature on board. And if I can get this dragon to survive, it can also get back my mana rocks that will fix me and help me get this second white source. Let's not put all my eggs in one basket. I'm just gonna back up itself.
I think you should back that back up.
Oh, yeah.
The beetle countered the backup.
And then I'm going to uptick my Elspeth to target my commander. And this time we're gonna go ahead and put a first strike counter on it. And when it's the solo target of an ability, I can pay 2 to copy that ability for each other creature I control. So we'll get 2 first strike counters.
Nazi.
Yeah, and that's gonna be the end of my turn.
In your end step, as a show of good faith, I'm not tapping anything because I literally cannot use the mana and I don't want to appear scary. Please be nice to me.
Before you pass, NerdGirl, can I read your commander? Here, just a second. It says that whenever another insect you control dies, you put on the bottom of the owner's library. And I'm pretty sure that blight beetle was cast out of your graveyard after dying on the battlefield.
So I do get my counters.
Fraud!
Oh, I cast a couple of these things out of here. Okay, well, I will
Take them off in shame.
retire
right.
this. Let's see.
I see. You wear
Play-
them till there's a misplay.
It looks like the B stands for bad.
As an imposter judge on many occasion, my ruling for this particular situation is keep your creatures because your opponents also failed to maintain the board state. But let's back up and give NerdGirl some +1/+1 counters. Just the blight beetle has to go.
Woohoo! Counters!
Feels good, right?
And now it is your turn.
Okay, let's untap, draw. I'll play a Tectonic Edge as my land for turn. And let's tap 3 and equip Black Blade Reforged to Malcolm. Pirate with a sword.
Sick play.
Uh-oh.
That's right. Move to combat. I will attack Veggie.
Yeah,
Yeah, coming at you.
I can't block flying.
So that's going to be 6 + 2. So you get 8 commander damage.
Oh, God.
I will make a treasure because a pirate dealt damage to one of my opponents. And moving to my post-combat main phase, I will make 2 colorless mana.
2 colorless mana.
2 colorless mana.
That can't mana burn still.
It's a soul ring, but not. Time to show him again who's here to actually piss off the table. I'm going to cast Chain Reaction.
Thank God.
X damage to each creature, where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield.
9.
But I'm not sure what you're going to do.
I know exactly what he's gonna do.
I'm not gonna do anything. Wait. Yes. Feed me board wipes. The only better place for my permanents than on the battlefield is in my graveyard.
I tap 8 lands to float 8 mana because I'm not gonna be able to Seedborn Muse ever again.
So that is 9 damage to every creature. Sound right? Mm-hmm. Boom, boom, ba-boom. I'll pass. So your commander was on the battlefield.
That's right.
Did any insects die?
Look, stop reading my cards. Okay. I had 1 insect that died.
Yep. So
I will mill 2 and put this on the bottom.
yeah. Let's go, Rhino Beetles. What you gonna do?
I would like to move to combat.
Be mindful of your choices.
CGB, I'm going to send 15 at you.
Are you sure?
Oh my gosh. That's a lot.
Yes,
You got a swarm yard. You can regenerate it.
I do.
But I guess it's time to give you a little reality shift. Exile target creature, and then you manifest the top card of your library.
All right, it's exiled. I'll manifest this card.
I told him to choose wisely. I tried to warn him.
All right, now that we've got that out of the way, I'm going to discard Buried Ruin and pay 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 to retrace this Worm Harvest. I put a 1/1 black and green worm creature into play for each land in my graveyard, which right now is not that much, but it's just the one.
I thought it was just the one. I thought it was on the battlefield. Like, when he was reading it, I was like already counting his lands. I thought for sure it would be lands on the battlefield.
This is the one and best of one.
This is
the one lone.
the one worm.
The
The one worm for the one.
Shai Hulud.
All right, I got a worm token.
I got a
in that
worm
pile.
token, and then I'm gonna pay 7 to recast Zask. So now I can play that land out of my graveyard. See, look at that value. Buried Ruin.
We hate lands.
Man, I really feel like CGB now. I'll pass the turn.
All right, I'll open my eyes now. I had them closed to rest
He's
them.
learning. He's learning the secrets.
You got to pick up that efficiency when you can. I knew it was on top. I'm going to draw 2 more for Sylvan Library. Ooh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to use 3 colorless mana going down to 5, tapping a red and a green for Zhurta Ancient. It's Zhurta. Whenever a player taps a land for a mana, that player adds 1 mana to his or her mana pool of any type that land produced.
That's all of us?
That's all of us.
Everybody. Symmetrical benefits. CGB cares about the table.
Good time, boys.
Good time, boys.
Let's go.
I've been stuck on mana and I appreciate you.
And then my commander costs 6 mana, so I'm going to tap 3 lands through the power of real estate fraud and cast Yurlok of Scorched Thrash.
Mana burn is back as well.
Mana burn is now so back. Do I have enough mana to do that? You guys are gonna hate me. I tap Savage Land and spend the rest of my Horizon Stone mana for Kaervek the Merciless. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, Kaervek the Merciless deals damage equal to that spell's converted mana cost to any target. I kept both of the cards I drew from Sylvan Library, so I pay 8 life. That's CGB keeping himself honest, unlike the fraud.
Wait, you shoot any target
Any target.
for every spell?
For whenever an opponent.
Oh,
whenever
you're good. This one's good.
Oh no.
And finally, because I'm done playing by CGB's rules, I'm gonna tap 2 more lands for 4 mana to play Price of Glory. Whenever a player taps a land for mana during another player's turn, destroy that land. No! Leave me alone.
Oh my God.
I will pass to end step.
You ruined the game. You ruined Magic the Gathering. I admire, hate you.
And I will make 1 colorless mana.
How could you do that in the shadow of Rhystic Study? How could you do it?
Pass.
I need an adult. I'm in danger.
It all came together.
I'll tap for 6, and I have double white now thanks to Maldhound. And I'm gonna cast Divine Visitation. Divine Visitation says whenever a creature token I control would be made, instead I can turn it into a 4/4 angel with flying and vigilance instead.
How much does that cost?
It costs 5.
Elspeth dies. Got him. GG's.
Aww. F's in the chat for Elspeth.
I thought Elspeth might be safe. I'll pass.
Let's untap and draw.
You tapped for 6 and paid 5, so you're going to take 1 damage for letting mana go out of your mana pool.
Yep.
Let's tap 2 mana. Let's start the pirate party. It's a staunch crewmate. When this enters the battlefield, I look at the top 4 cards of my library. I can put an artifact or a pirate card from among them into my hand, put the rest on the bottom in random order. 2 mana value.
2 damage will go to NerdGirl. Let's advance the game state.
I could enjoy this. All right, look at
is-
the top 4.
This is baloney.
Listen, we can talk about this when you are below the starting life total.
I'll reveal Direfleet Daredevil. We'll put that into my hand. I think what might be best here is to embrace the chaos.
Destroy enchantments.
We are
Come at me.
We are just setting you up for a Baron Glory win.
That's right.
Set me up for something. All right, I'm going to float a blue mana, and I will cast Curse of Unbinding. This is an aura curse that enchants a player, and at the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, that player reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. I put that card onto the battlefield under my control. That player puts the rest of the revealed cards into their graveyard. Here's the thing. He wants stuff in the graveyard. Veggie wants things in the graveyard.
His creatures also suck a little.
His creatures also suck a little.
So it's got to be one of us.
It should be you, but I'm curious what you'll do with 7 damage from this thing. And if there's any kind of deal that we have to make that possible, I am open to a deal.
In the interest of advancing the game state, I'm going to put NerdGirl below the starting life total. And then you may curse me.
I will curse you. I'm 100% going to curse you.
I do not truck with people having more than 40 life at any point during a game of Commander. It's not right. Everybody should start every game of Commander with Stigma Lasher in play.
You've looked at 40 cards, Maldhound. 40!
That's true, and I've lost life for it.
He's paid a price. I will play a Thespian Stage. I will use the blue mana in my mana pool, and I will cast Zara, Renegade Recruiter. This is a flying 4/3, and whenever Zara attacks, look at defending player's hand. You may put a creature card from it onto the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking that player or a planeswalker they control. Return the creature to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. All I want to do is say the "it's treason" then line. That's all I want to do.
How much mana value is that?
Oh, that's 5.
5 is gonna go to you.
To me? Yeah. What have I done?
Quite literally cursed me.
Yes, 5 it is. It's better than verbally cursing, I must say.
Sure.
Your turn, Veggie.
I'm going to start by activating Buried Ruin. So I'll pay 2, sacrifice it, and return an artifact to my hand. I'm going to return this Skull Clamp. I'll pay 2 mana. I'll pay 1 for the Skull Clamp.
Oh, right.
Damage.
1 damage. It's going to hit your worm.
Of course it is. Way to punch him in the worm.
I'm going to pay 4 to recast Carrion Grub from my graveyard. When it enters the battlefield, I mill 4 cards, and it gets +X/+O, where X is the greatest power among creature cards in my graveyard, which right now I don't think is good. It's 1 from Azusa, but I get to mill 4 cards.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You're going to take 4 damage.
We have Altar of Dementia, Amzu, Glacial Chasm, and Moldgraph Millipede. Those are going to go into the graveyard. And I can play lands from the graveyard.
Interesting.
I'm going to play this Glacial Chasm. It has cumulative upkeep 2 life. When it comes into play, I have to sacrifice a land. I can attack, but also all damage dealt to me is reduced to 0. Glacial Chasm ensures that I at least get second place in this game. Maldhound has to send those Caravec triggers somewhere, and I know that this deck has multiple ways to win without any combat at all, so all I have to do is find one of those pieces. I will sacrifice this Boseiju. I will also pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, use 5 of it for Amzu Swarm's Hunger, a 3/3 flying menace. Other insects I control have menace for all those attacks that I'll be doing. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, you may create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token, then put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the greatest mana value among those cards, but I can only do that once per turn.
It has a lot of words, blow it up.
Yes, please kill
That's
it.
5 mana. Zask.
Regenerate it.
All right. That's your one shot.
That's
my
a play.
one shot.
That's a play. Regenerating is an old ability that does in fact tap the card when it regenerates.
I will expend that 1 regeneration shield, and then I'll use that 1 that was floating, plus 4 more for Moldgraph Millipede. When it enters the battlefield, mill 3, and then I put a +1 counter on it for each creature in my graveyard. That will also trigger Amzu to make a 1/1 insect.
Did we for real just cast another 5 CMC spell? Protect Zask. Yeah, I'm gonna target Zask.
Oh, yeah. All right, Amzu will make a 1/1 insect that gets 5 +1/+1 counters on it. The Millipede will enter. I'll mill 3 cards, a Lotus Veil, a Changeling Outcast, and a Ghost Quarter. And then the Millipede will get 1, 2 counters. I'll use the one that was floating originally from the Skull Clamp just to equip it to my Manifest creature. And that's it. I'll pass the turn. I can't attack anyway.
I will untap, and I will upkeep, where I will resolve CGB's Curse of Unbinding.
I thought you were CGB.
I'm CGB1, you're CGB2, but I didn't want to do you like that on camera.
Continuity alert.
Oh no. Oh no. You get Nyx Bloom Ancient.
Curse of Unbinding. I will never doubt you.
As we say in the biz, that's a poopsie whoopsie.
Oh my god. So you're telling me I have a 5/5 trample, and whenever I tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times that much mana instead?
And with my Ancient, this is a whatever.
Oh, really?
Okay, so it is triple then add 1.
Yes.
Which for most lands, you get to add 4 times as much mana.
I can't use that much mana anyway.
Well, that's too bad because mana burns back, baby.
Oof.
And now I will draw for turn. I'm going to put 1 card back and pay 4, and it's about to get wicked. I'm going to tap 3 lands and play Wound Reflection. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. I don't think I truly appreciated this deck's game until I saw Wound Reflection and Caravec the Merciless in my hand. Those 2 cards have taken the danger level of this deck from slightly overheated car seat to unattended gas leak immediately. And then I'm going to tap 1 land, producing 2 mana, 1 of which I will pay into Yurlok to produce 3 colored mana for each of us, which I will use to pay for Stone Shaker Shaman. At the end of each player's turn, that player sacrifices an untapped land. Bring them out, bring them out. I want those arms and legs, y'all.
Unbelievable.
I have 1 more floating mana. I will move to combat, turning it into colorless. Because rules for thee, not for me.
Before I lose that mana,
Yes.
because your luck makes me lose life, which is bad. I'm going to spend the 3 for very normal named card Foot Bottom Feast.
Go on.
You have my attention.
I know. I can put any number of target creature cards from my graveyard on top of my library and then draw a card. And my targets are Changeling Outcast and Azusa Lost But Seeking.
In response, I will get a Karavek the Merciless trigger, and I'm going to send 3 damage at your flying bug lady that I remember the name of. Amzu.
All right. So I won't get a big bug, but I will resolve this, put those 2 back on top of my library, and then draw a card.
All right, and then any uses of the mana for either of you 2.
I mean, I like to take damage, so I'm just going to do that.
All right, that'll be 3 to each of you. Moving to combat, I'm going to swing Karavek the Merciless at NerdGirl for 5. I'm going to pass the turn, sacrificing a mountain to my own Stone Shaker Shaman, holding up mana ominously. Jund is blue. Oh yes, and then each of you will lose life equal to the life you lost this turn. So NerdGirl, I think that's 8, and CGB, I think that's 3.
Ouch.
I don't know why I'm being picked on.
It looks like you have literally the median life total.
What a reason to hit somebody.
Yes, I also have the median board state. It's okay. I'm gonna get back in this game. And it's gonna start with the plains. Finally. So let's go 6 for my commander. We'll replay Agriskos Eternal Soldier.
I will deal that to CGB.
To the face?
To the face.
To the face?
We're advancing the game state.
Oh my goodness. I do not like direct damage, and it's a very un-CGB behavior.
At this point, the only play I can make is becoming very scary. And I will die at the tiniest thing. So I just have to hope that every single player at the table wants to use me to kill someone else at the table and leaves me alone. I have another spell, Increasing Devotion. I'm going to create 5 1/1 white human soldier tokens. And then if this was flashbacked, I get more. But I will choose to use the Divine Visitations ability to bring in 5/5/5 angels instead. Maldhound, I do believe you get a trigger for 5.
I'm going to keep it so real with you. Are you going to question why you're being picked on this time?
This time, no, but I do feel like you...
Don't do it. Don't. No. Good time, boys. Good time, boys. Good time, boys. Or the last 2 CGBs standing. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Don't fall for it.
As CGB, I would never hurt myself. NerdGirl, you're going to take this to the face.
Then I'll take 1 more for the mana burn, and then I will take another 6 on my end step if I'm...
Yes, if you're passing to your end step, you'll take 6 more.
Yep.
And CGB, you'll take 4 more. Yes,
Yeah,
4 more
for wound reflection. Yeah, got it.
Now we're playing standard best of 1.
Yes, we are. Untap with Nyx Bloom Ancient. Okay. Draw for turn. I'll tap this mountain for 4 mana and equip this Blackblade Reforged to my legendary Zara Renegade Recruiter. I'll tap this mountain. I now have 5 red in the mana pool. I will spend 4 red mana and I will cast Breaches, Brazen Plunderer, because I have another commander. Whenever one or more pirates I control deal damage to my opponents, I exile the top card of each of those opponents' libraries. You may play those cards this turn, and you may spend mana as though they were mana of any color to cast the spells. I don't want a mana burn. It's a close game. I don't want a mana burn. I will tap this island for 4, and I will use the 1 red in my mana pool, and I will cast my other commander, Malcolm, Keen-Eyed Navigator.
So let's talk about some triggers.
Indeed. Oh yeah, we got a couple. Yeah, we got a couple.
A 4 damage trigger and a 3 damage trigger, if my sunglasses on reading was correct. Mm-hmm. I could kill NerdGirl outright. I'm not sure if that's in my best interest yet, since Veggie's not dead.
There's a lot of angels there. I will tell you straightforward, I won't attack you this turn if you don't target my stuff.
Your stuff or your person, presumably.
Both of those things. That's what I'm asking for. I'm asking to let me do my thing, and I will not attack you.
You want protection from CGBs this turn?
Yes, I want protection from CGBs this turn.
Okay. I'm going to put NerdGirl out of her misery.
Okay, I take 3.
And then you're going to take 4. Oh, all right. Send it home.
You're gonna waste the damage.
Come on, at least.
I take the extra 3 at the.
Oh, yeah,
here's
reduced to zero.
here's the advanced calculus going on for you non-blue mages at home.
I get it.
I can't deal damage to him. The only thing I can kill will draw him cards.
I know this is a 4.
Oh, that's a 4? 4 damage to that.
Oh my god.
I can read. I'll just take these off now.
And then there was one.
That's my one.
Then there was one in best of one. I'll attack Veggie with Zara, Renegade Recruiter. So when this attacks, I get to look at your hand. And if there is a creature, I get to put on the battlefield attacking you.
All right, that's what I got.
Oh. Using the ability, I will put Kroll Whipcracker onto the battlefield. This is a 3/2 reach insect assassin, and when it enters the battlefield, destroy target token an opponent controls. I kill you 5/5. And kill that thing.
I mean, I'll block the Whipcracker with the Manifest,
Okay, manifest blocking Whipcracker.
and I can't block flying.
You can't block flying, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 potential damage coming at you. What is he doing? What is he doing? Why is he attacking the guy with Glacial Chasm? The answer was hidden right in my mana base the whole time. So I'm going to tap this land for 4 red mana. I'm going to spend 2 of it and tap my Thespian Stage. And I'm going to copy Glacial Chasm. Then I'm going to spend another. I'm going to use this Tectonic Edge to destroy your Glacial Chasm. Because it says, sacrifice Tectonic Edge, destroy target non-basic land. Activate this ability if an opponent controls 4 or more lands.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna need some real good draws because it's 11.
Oh, you die.
It's 11.
On end step, you die.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to have to draw a way to remove the wound reflection.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what he needs.
Yeah. Do that, please. Come on, Veggie.
Shout out to Jeremiah for having a solution to a Glacial Chasm in the deck.
Yeah, it all resolves.
Naturalize.
All right. Glacial Chasm will die. Damage will occur.
Yep.
I will mana burn for 1, but I have Glacial Chasm, so I believe I take 0
No,
damage.
it's life loss.
It is
my
life
friend.
loss.
It is life loss.
Notable.
Okay, I'll take 11. Or wait, it's slightly less, right? If we counted that land being gone.
you drop
Yes,
a land.
I
Yeah.
did sacrifice a land, so you are taking 10 damage.
All right.
Naturalize.
This forest that was manifest will die, and I'll draw 2.
2 triggers. First of all, Breach's Brazen Plunderer is going to steal your top card.
Enjoy.
It is a Changeling Outcast. I knew that.
Okay, 1 extra chance.
1 extra chance.
1 extra chance because we knew that was there.
His Boseju's on the battlefield.
Okay, I've drawn my 2 cards.
Because of Malcolm, Keen-Eyed Navigator, I will also make a treasure. So we have a lot of end step triggers. This is going to return the
Do it, Veggie, do it.
insect to hand. Wound reflection on the stack, Veggie?
Save me.
It is.
Rune Reflection is on the stack. I'm gonna pay 2.
And finally, you will sacrifice that land.
I will sacrifice that land. I'm using that to flash back Corrosion Reclamation. Target player shuffles up to 2 target cards from their graveyard into the library. My targets are my Boseju and Glacial Chasm.
Oh, it wasn't on the battlefield.
You'll get a trigger to deal 2 damage.
Oh, that's what it's for. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to take 2 big hoss.
You're targeting me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, Glacial Chasm doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Almost.
I'll hold that L. I'll hold that L. I said it.
This close. No. You definitely caught it.
I'm going to get Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm can die again.
And then I'm going to shuffle these back in, and I have no further actions.
And perish.
Okay, so I will also lose 1 more because of the mana burn.
Yeah.
And I will sacrifice Jwari Ruins because of what's that card?
Stone Shaker Shaman.
Stone Shaker Shaman has caused the Jwari Ruins to be gone. The Kroll Whisperer will go back to your perished hand.
Thanks.
Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try.
Draw.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Honor the
I'm
curse.
so sorry. It's a creature. So Nisa, Swamp, Power Surge,
No.
Forest.
No, thank you.
You get Steve.
I get
The
Steve.
Sakura Tribe Elder.
Lovely.
And these go to my graveyard. Now I will draw. Woof. And then I'll draw twice for Sylvan Library.
I don't know who I want to win. I don't like either of them.
You can cheer for CGB. It almost applied to both of us for the whole game.
Oh, right. I drew that. Okay. I'm going to put these two back because I cannot use them quickly enough to benefit me. I'm going to tap a forest to create 2 green mana. And I'm going to play Eldamri's Vineyard. At the beginning of each player's main phase, add double green to that player's mana pool. I'm also going to tap 2 for Tyvar the Bellicose. This is a 5/4 elf warrior. Whenever one or more elves you control attack, they gain death touch. That doesn't matter for my board. Each creature you control has, whenever a mana ability of this creature resolves, put a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana this creature produced. This only triggers once a turn. From there, I'm going to attempt to move to combat.
Yes.
The one colorless, or the one extra green I have earlier will become colorless for Horizon Stone. I'm going to swing Karavek the Merciless, the Zerta Ancient, and Yurlok at you, CGB.
Doesn't he not take damage?
No blocks.
No blocks?
No blocks.
In response, I tap this, and I cast Beast Within, targeting Glacial Chasm,
Beast Within targeting Glacial Chasm.
which is destroy target permanent.
All right, that will destroy the Thespian stage.
You will get a
Beast,
3/3
please.
green beast.
No blocks, I said.
No blocks. You notably said no blocks.
In the hands of a lesser mage, that would be a problem.
Oh.
Aetherize. Return
Oh my
all
God.
attacking creatures to their owner's hand.
Perfect. Okay. So this will resolve. I am going to deal 4 damage to you. And
4
then
damage to my face?
4 damage to your face.
Yep.
And then Yurlok, Karavek, and Zerta will come back to my hand. Replay Yurlok, and I will now remember that my grand plan was to tap Yurlok in combat, which I totally could have done to Aetherize. Don't be like me, kids. That was my plan before I knew about Aetherize, and then Aetherize came in, and I was like, obviously, I'm just stuck now.
Head exploded.
Yes, my head did explode. That's the power of blue, baby. From here, I will pass, and Wound Reflection will trigger, and I think you take an additional 4.
I will take an additional 4 from Wound Reflection. I
Yeah.
do have an end step effect. I'm
Okay.
going to sack this Steve, and I'm going to go get a basic land.
Okay. I just realized Yurlocking in response to Aetherize doesn't matter because Yurlok's still gone and Mana Burn still not real. We close the loop. Close the loop.
It's all good. It's all good. Tap this for 3 red, leaving 1 in the mana pool. Let's cast that Direfleet Daredevil you guys know about. Direfleet Daredevil is a 2/1 first strike. When it enters the battlefield, I exile target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard, and I may cast it this turn. The mana of any type can be spent to cast the spell. If it would be put into a graveyard this turn, exile it instead. I'm going to target the Beast Within. I'm going to move to combat.
Interesting.
It is. I'm going to fizzle a mana and take a mana burn. And then I'm going to take 2 more from Eladamri's Vineyard. Oh, it's getting spicy. It's now or never. This is a full send into the red zone. A 3/3 beast, a 5/5 Nyx Bloom with trample, a 3/3 breaches with menace, a 10 9 Blackblade Reforged Zara and a staunch crewmate. Zara has an attack trigger. Oh, just these cards in your hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't think you're going to be casting anything. So as exciting as it is to kill you or try to kill you with a Karvik, I'm going to take the Ancient. And that's a 7/5 coming at you.
Yeah. And no matter how I block, I die. So I will block nothing.
You'll take it all.
Yes.
To the face.
That's how a CGB would do it.
That's the game.
Pirates! And I raided and stole back my own gimmick. Arr.
Look into my eyes and settle the puppy.
Yeah, go beat up the grandma.
Honestly, my cards were rarely the best, and I feel like my board was rarely the best. But I was able to steal some of the best cards from my opponents, which is totally fair, because they stole my gimmick first.
Tales of Adventure is one of our biggest sponsors, and the best way to support us is by buying Magic cards. You are going to do this anyway, so why would you go anywhere else, especially when you get 5% off of your orders with our specialized code?
TOA has an amazing selection of singles, and they even specialize in premium cards. So make sure you head on over to TOA with the link down below in the description and use code DECKEDOUT at checkout for that 5% off and to support your favorite Commander show.
After this game, we're all taking naps for eye strain. Like the professionals do.
And drinking tea and honey. For our voices.
I left my halls on the car.
These are the real secrets. This is the real behind the scenes.
Do we get mana in our second main phase, or is it just you?
In main phase 2. I'm not breaking, other than all the times I've broken. In main phase 2. As much fun as this deck was to play, I do wish that I had gotten some of the untapped shenanigans going with Yurlok, like Umbral Mantle, Sword of the Perrons, or Staff of Domination. I loved Beyblades as a kid, and I was really hoping to let it rip on the table.
Ultimate Guard is the industry leader in TCG accessories. We love their stuff, and we know you will too. In fact, every single playmat, sleeve, or deck box featured on this show is an Ultimate Guard product.
And we use Ultimate Guard to protect our own personal collections on a day-to-day basis.
So make sure to use the link in the description to support our channel and treat yourself to some amazing upgrades.
1.
In main phase 2, you had 2 colorless mana because you lost life to your overgrown tomb, and you are my opponent.
Well, CGB would catch that.
Track your triggers. Track your triggers. Mana burn them.
But wait a minute, there's no commander out, so there's no mana burn, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So right.
So your free
you
soul
still had
ring, you have the mana.
Thanks, CGB. Suck it, CGB.
If we run it back, I think at no point did I say you take 2. I just said you add 2.
The amount of got him on your face, it wasn't even gonna hurt.
Yeah, I kind of knew I wasn't going to get to untap with all those angels, but I had to make a play. Hopefully next time we can find a few more creatures early to insulate myself from all these crazy shenanigans.
Moxfield is the best deck list site available. It has everything you need to customize, compare, and collaborate. View and brew the way that works for you. Moxfield is the only way that we can track and share all of our spiciest builds here on the show, and whatever Veggie is playing. Make sure to follow our Moxfield profile in the link in the description.
Shut up.
No one asked you.
If you don't have sunglasses on, you hold no power here.
I'm an ordained judge by the dojo of the one in best of one, okay? My rulings are final. They are about content.
We were a good time boy. This always happens. We were good time boys.
Welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me. It's VeggieB. Let the nonsense end.
We'd like to take a minute to thank our patrons. Without your support, these episodes would not be possible.
And we've all been enjoying these weekly gameplay episodes, but we've only got a few more weeks left of weekly gameplay. However, we could bring you weekly gameplay episodes for all of 2024. We only need about 25 more patrons, or one really big one.
So if you would like to help keep the show weekly, please head on over to our Patreon where you can unlock exclusive perks. We have monthly signed tokens. You can have your deck featured here on the show. There is even a brand new producer level where you can become a big part of helping create this show every month. You can help pick our guests and our decks, and it helps a ton.
And of course, you can always support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. That's all we've got for you for today. We will see you next time on Decked Out.